stream. Oh, looks like we got a couple people already sitting there waiting. What's going on? Good morning, YouTube. Hello, hello. Welcome to Bullish Bears. Welcome to Monday morning's live stock trading. I am Bullish Bears Kevin, and today we're going to be looking at TOS charts.
Have a quick crack at that diamond chart that I put in the chat earlier.
Oh,
Until
let me see.
hot. And you can expect the ES to do the same.
It's not going to zoom in for us. That's cool.
That thing is typically, like I've said before, that is usually a precursor to extreme volatility, and this week is extreme volatility expected. So we could be anywhere in that range of the bull channel, right to regression. There's subdivisions in there I could draw later. If we break the angular support of that bull channel, we'll almost certainly go right to the angular support of the downward channel.
Right. I think Nasdaq wants to see this area of interest right over here. I don't think it wants to fill the full gap, but I do think this key level area of interest, like I was talking about Saturday's webinar. So what happened here is we gapped it, and one of the members was asking about how I use gaps and stuff. And because we gapped this was a valid supply zone. We used it twice and it gave us good sell-off indicators, gave us good areas of interest to short. And what happened today is we gapped it. So what I'm expecting now is for us to reverse and come use this supply as demand. So that's going to be my target. And plus, at this point, if we do pull back all the way over here on NASDAQ, that means ES is also going to be pulling back. There's a good chance at that point there's going to be a lot of people shorting the market, hence a lot of people chasing, and they might be the liquidity grab before another move higher because of how bullish we've been.
I forgot that I had a put debit spread going into the close on Friday.
Nice.
I mean, it's not going anywhere yet. It's got to break another dollar move.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Good, good. How's everyone?
Doing good, Aaron. How are you?
As I say, better by the minute.
Yep.
On YouTube, could you guys hear the other people in the Discord? I just want to make sure.
Let's see here.
Should be all right. All right, guys. So with TOS, what I used to do was I would always make sure to have my futures chart up, and that would just be ES, NQ, and the VIX. And I would always make sure to have an extra chart layout right in the charts tab with about 6 of the top equities. Hello, Bologna. Bologna, I'm gonna message you in a bit, and we'll try to get the Discord working. I don't know why you couldn't hear anybody in here. It should have been working. But so yeah, this is how I used to use TOS, and this was also before I had all the monitors. So it would just be 2 quick charts, and they'd really realistically just be on the same screen, and I would use the second screen for execution. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Everybody have a good weekend?
Oh, it was great. I went and played in the ocean yesterday.
Oh, that's cool.
I love salt water.
Nice, nice. Oh, we got 7 in here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. I hope you guys were all here for the webinar on Saturday. We did a webinar just like we do every week now. This week it was on support and resistance, whereas last week was on supply and demand, both of them being very important. And once you're able to use both of them, it's really great to use. Gives you a great edge in the market.
Dang, dude, look at Target. It's dropping.
Yeah, let's see. Google's not doing too good right now, too. But it's sort of staying near this range over here. If you guys had a 15-minute demand zone right here on Google, we're tapping it right now. Remember, supply and demand works on equities too.
Yeah,
so let's see if that plays out.
Falling faster and farther than I thought it would today.
Let's see how that goes. Let's see. Tesla broke this 4-hour supply. See if it holds it as demand. Tesla near 250. That's crazy. But I feel like Meta is the craziest thing. I mean, being the highs at 276, it was at $90. What, less than a year ago?
Something like that.
That's pretty crazy.
All
That's
right, SPY breaking over. We're in the middle of the liquidity zone I have marked out on SPY, so I think we could find the bottom of it real quick here.
nice, nice.
429.80 is where the bottom of that is.
I'm marking out some 15-minute demand zones right now, guys, on equities. That way, it could sort of give us a bit of an edge as well in case we don't come back to a demand zone on ES or NASDAQ. We could use the equities demand zones to say if, let's say, Meta is holding demand, Tesla's holding supply, which is now demand, and Google's holding demand. Then I'll say, okay, well, it looks like ES is also holding. Looks like there's some strength moving in. Let me take this long. Let me take this short. Let's see what's going on. So 15-minute, green. There we go. Actually, gotta move it a little higher. Awesome. Now let's hit back. There we go. Let's see. Remember, guys, I do want this area of interest. If I'm taking any long positions today, I'm most likely going to be waiting for it to hold up right here. Whether we get a higher low or some type of divergence on ES and NASDAQ, that will be my clue that we're going to reverse in this area. If we don't get that in this zone, if the plan doesn't work out, then we don't take the trade. That's simple. If we don't take the trade, we don't lose money.
That's true. All right, got a 5-second retracement happening here. Looking for 430. Oh, that's done. 430, 45. Over she goes.
I got a whole bunch of old zones, guys. Just ignore these. This is again Thinkorswim, and I've been charting on TradingView lately, but unfortunately the TradingView is having an issue, having a trading issue, and so the data's delayed. So I'm not going to give you guys delayed data. I'll just give you guys Thinkorswim then.
That's what's up. That was the 5-minute 200 period. Little pause.
Just to let you know, Kevin, I'm still seeing that fuzziness in the display. And I suppose that's Discord.
Yeah, so you know what it is too? I think it might also be part Thinkorswim.
Thinkorswim.
Yeah,
that seems to make more sense.
Because yeah, I don't want to open up the application settings now because I'm on the stream, but when I checked it this morning, I was like messing with the size of the font and stuff, and I made it like to medium from small. Before it was small, and that was like way fuzzier. This is actually a little better than last time. So I'll see if maybe I can make it large. See if maybe that would work, but do apologize about that.
Yeah, I'd just like to be able to take some screenshots. That's really all I need.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll make sure I get that fixed. And again, I do want to make sure I get back to because look, let me see, if I switch to TradingView, right, it probably looks a lot better.
Still a bit fuzzy.
Yeah, that's
still fuzzy?
Better, but yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
On those 4 charts, man. Yeah. Is anyone else in the community seeing this?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Okay, good.
I got stream quality all on the highest. Hold up. It could be because of the size of the screen itself. It's like a
What's your frame rate on the Discord output?
Frame rate 60.
Dropped it to 30.
That'll make it better.
It did for me.
Is that any better? YouTube, are you guys alright? YouTube, does it look blurry on your side?
Way better.
Yeah,
way better? Alright. The real test will be think or swim. Oh, nice rejection. Just because I'm waiting for some move down here to go long doesn't mean longs won't come in. Can't hear. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, no, it should be good. Somebody on YouTube NS says not clear. Yeah, can't hear. But it should be okay.
It's clear now.
Clear now? Cool.
Yeah, that's a little clearer, Kevin, for sure.
Alright, cool.
Small but clear.
Yeah. Right. Very good.
There's also there's a way to optimize it for clear text versus smooth video. There's one more setting on Discord you can possibly tweak there.
Okay. Let's do this real quick. Give me 1 sec. AOI, area of interest. Make it blue. That's what I'm looking at for a reversal. Again, guys, we could reverse here and keep going higher. Bulls have been in charge. Bulls have been in charge. But bulls have been holding up well. We're getting a little bit of divergence, just a smidgest. I probably, to be honest, wouldn't even consider it divergence. But I'm talking about the 15-minute right here. If we look at this low candle and this low candle on ES, N, and Q, you know, we broke this low right here on ES, whereas NASDAQ held this low right here. So that would be some divergence to sort of go higher. Again, though, this isn't really that much. This is on a 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame. Oh, these aren't even the same time frames. Let's see. Right, 30 minutes obviously holding as well. If it didn't break it on the 15, it's not breaking it on the 30. But this is some type of divergence I would look out for. But again, I would let the candle close. These are 30-minute candles. We got about 18 minutes left. So we got some time for it to reverse back up or even drop lower. Let's check out what the 5 minutes doing. Alright, here's something that I mentioned on the stream on Friday, and I think I mentioned it on the webinar Saturday as well, on the importance of looking for candles that don't have much of a wick or a rejection to the direction they're going. So like this is a green candle, so we opened here, we wicked down, and we closed here. So a lot of times retail reads a candle that closes without much of a wick to the direction we're going as strength, because there was no sellers denying this big buying candle, right? Quote unquote big buying candle, because there was no sellers at the top. But what happens next candle? We reverse. This happened about 3 or 4 times on Friday. If you go back and look, I think on the 5-minute chart and the 15, but I'm pretty sure the 5-minute, let's see. I'll even go back. Let's see. So let's see. We would look for something like this where there's a little wick, and then what happened? We instantly rejected. So everybody who didn't get long from here, we have big rejection here. This would have been a great place to take some longs. I would scalp this because at this moment bears were in control, and they proved that by creating a lower high right here. So now this is the third lower high. So my target for this, if you were in longs here, would to be mark the bottom of this range. And when I say range, I mean we chopped, we dropped. So that would be my target. What happened? We came back up, we grabbed some liquidity, and we completely rejected again. So if anything, this would be an area to short versus an area to target when you're going long. Remember, trading is all about patience. If you miss the first move, be patient. There's most likely going to be some type of pullback or an area to get in for the second move. And if there's not, then you're not in a trade. You don't lose money. You're not chasing. Cash is a position. Definitely getting some violent moves down. I do think we go lower, guys. Does that mean I think we're going to just drop? Nope. But I do want to see this area of interest on the NASDAQ. So I'm going to keep this up on the 15-minute time frame. And we'll just be patient. We'll just let it do its thing. Can't rush the market. Can't make the market move. Just got to wait. If anything, I'm looking at this 15-minute right now and how this one closed, and this could be a basing before a rally. But I can't make the market move. If I buy, I'm not going to make the market go higher. I'm going to wait for confirmation. I don't have that confirmation here yet. Plus, VIX still wants to push higher. That tells me the market wants to push lower. So eventually, I believe NASDAQ buyers are going to give up. Let's check out what are the stocks doing, what are equities doing. Google bounced off of its 15-minute demand. Meta did not reach its 15-minute. Let's see. Everything's sort of holding up. Some things are coming near VWAP. Meta's probably the strongest.
Buyers coming into Tesla briefly.
Yep, but looks like Tesla's trying to come up to VWAP. Oh no, it's the 9,
Yep.
which I usually don't have, so I'm going to remove that.
There's resistance there.
Yeah, Meta with a nice push up. Meta's probably relatively the strongest today. Let's see.
Yeah, I think so.
Remember that relative strength tip, guys, that I shared. And for those who don't know it, what you're going to do is you're going to create some type of watch list for those who trade equities. And you're going to sort it by change percentage. And that's going to give you the relative strong and the relative weak stocks. So let's check it out real quick on... Let's see. So yeah, look at that Meta, 1.4% to the upside compared to now 1.5, 1.6. Nice big pushes on Meta. Tesla 1.2. So these are things that you would want to go long, whereas you would want to maybe short something over here. But if you do look at the list, most of the stocks are in the green for the day. So that's also another factor to think about when we're shorting ES. Can the equities also fall weak? These are big leaders in NASDAQ and ES. And if NASDAQ falls, ES will most likely follow suit. And if ES gets weak and NASDAQ can't hold, there's most likely going to be a sell-off. So let's see what happens. And guys, if anybody's got any questions, of course, don't hesitate. Drop it in the comments. If you're on Discord, of course, chime in. No problem. That's what you guys are here for. And, so we're in this range right now. There are no trades to take. There's the range of this key level right here. And when we look left, we see that this key level is also the bottom of the range for pre-market as well. So unless we break this range and maybe get a retest and then a push lower, that's what I'm going to be waiting for a short position. And of course, that'll also need the NASDAQ to fall as well. I do think the NASDAQ's in a weekly supply right now. Wow, it is in a weekly supply. That's pretty crazy. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do get weak and start to sell off on NASDAQ and get a move lower, because this is a decent candle. This is a nice rejection up here, nice basing, and we had a big sell-off, lots of follow-through. This could be a strong zone, guys, but be careful because the trend has proved itself to be bullish lately, and the trend is our friend, so there's no point in fighting it. Not till it proves otherwise. And of course, right now, the proof is the lower highs, but we're failing to hold the lower lows. So let's wait till the market says, hey, here's a lower low. Hey, here's another lower high. Enter on the lower high, exit on a lower low. Sell low, buy high. No. See, it's that shirt. It's that shirt.
I know.
I've got a unique little Bullishbrs shirt. It's a bit of a joke, and it says buy high, sell low. And obviously, you should be doing the opposite.
That was one of the ads. I need to get that Just Scalp It logo put onto a Bullishbrs shirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
That thing rocks, dude.
You got to send those out to the people you have in the podcast.
Right? Every time I go and wear that shirt around or wear it on a video, everybody asks, where can I get that shirt? I'm like, I had this one custom made by Andy over at Mighty Soldiers Trades. So.
Alright, guys, we're getting some... I just want to see...
if we put that on a Bullishbrs shirt, I think we'll be on the fringe of copyright infringement because of the Nike's logo built into candles there. But you know what?
Just a little. All right, guys, we're getting weak near VWAP. We might break it momentarily. I don't know. I want to see volume come in. The volume's been pretty low lately, and again, we are coming near some lows. We keep failing to break higher highs. Maybe once we break this 43.63, the market's gonna know that there's gonna be a lot of retail with stop limits right here. So instead of being the retail with the stop limit, let's be smarter and have our entry limit there, right? So if they're stopping out their shorts, maybe that's a good area to go short. Or if we break above it for a moment, maybe this is a good area to go short. Because just like here, we broke this higher high. We made a higher high for a moment, but then we created this lower low. Barely, because over here, this is a lower high. But again, we wicked a lower low. So the market right now is too all over the place. You do not want to touch this type of market unless you're okay with some risk, a lot of risk, and a light size. But I wouldn't touch this market right now. Not with NASDAQ and supply and an ES with very weak volume. Not much follow through.
Come to think of it, I'm more into equity positions right now than index positions.
Absolutely. You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking equities are just like the ATR, the range on them, everything they have right now, the setups. They're crazy. They're like absolutely crazy.
I've got put spreads on Target that are just killing it this morning.
Oh yeah, Target.
130% so far this morning.
Nice.
I have a long on Intel Corp, which is just going parabolic this morning. More or less, it's not huge moves, but it's like the options chain's doing well. And I've got a wheel trade I've been working on OPEN, current negative cost basis of 28 cents a share, and it's trading at 260 now. So my options income has overwhelmed the cost of the investment in that equity.
Very cool.
And SPY, I'm just running some light put debit spreads that are Wednesday expiration because I'm not 100% bullish on whatever the Fed's gonna start saying this week. So
Right. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I do think we failed this demand zone on Google just because it's a 15-minute. It's pretty weak. This is now the second time we're in it, and we failed to have a nice move above and out of it. Now Tesla looks like it wants to hold, but this wick below tells me otherwise, so we'll be careful with that. I don't know, guys. I think once these equities start selling off, I think ES, NASDAQ, I think it's gonna just drop. Give a nice big old drop. I gotta see, though. Gotta see. Obviously, we're going up right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 1 minute looks a little Wu-Tang on there.
Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. While I'm saying I'm bearish, the 5 minutes, like, let me just go up 3 points.
432 target for top of liquidity.
Doesn't make me change my mind, guys. Remember, I also said there's a good chance the market knows that there's a lot of stop orders in this area right here. So what that means is when people start stopping out, that's going to provide a whole lot of liquidity. Banks and institutions could have their sell orders here, knowing that the retail that was short down here is going to be buying back. When they're buying back, the institutions are going to be selling, because that's where institutions want to sell when retail buys. That's just how they play the game. There's a reason 90% of retail fails, or 90% of traders fail. So I think this area is a good area of interest to short. That's something I'll be looking for. I'll look for a break, something in here maybe. Could even be like, to be honest, it could even be like right here where we had these two touches right here, because the market loves to do things in three. Loves to do pairs, combos.
Right at R1 on a double bottom here.
And again, YouTube guys, if you guys got any questions, on the time and sales, how I use time and sales, let me know. How I use level 2, let me know. Any questions at all in general, if you want to see a specific chart, anything at all, let me know. Don't forget, hit that like button. We do this every morning for free for you guys, so definitely tune in whenever you guys want. And yeah, it's cool. We trade supply demand. Jeremy has his own trading style. He has his day where he streams. I have my days where I stream, and it's really cool. We're a great community. We're a community that works together and looks out for each other. It's great.
This is I'll post it in the chat.
For sure. I gotta find a way to share what you post in the chat on my screen, but like bigger. Cause like when I move the thing over, I'm able to pull the screenshot up, but it doesn't really like zoom it in or anything. That's alright.
So, you'd have to scroll it to just the right spot to make it work. But if you wanted to throw it on your feed, you mean?
Yeah.
You could do it with OBS, just to set up a different scene.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
With a cropped zoom into the chat at a certain box where you would expect that chart to be.
Yeah.
You can blow that up.
Nah.
Or you can click on the image, so it'll open it full size, and then have your crop built on that. So then you just click the image that I share, and then you can flip to the scene on OBS to have that image up.
Right.
Right back to your stream.
Right. Alright guys, definitely some weird price action over here. NASDAQ near some lows. ES trying to make these highs.
We printed a pile of dojis right under R1 on that little double bottom I posted there. And the 200, if you look at the yellow line, that's the 200. It's right there too. So if it rejects here, it'll reject hard. But if it breaks R1, it'll shoot to 432 pretty damn quick.
NASDAQ with some strength right here. That might give us a little bit of a push. I don't know. Let's see.
Pain zone's currently at 435 on 0 days. Let me see where the put side is.
And don't forget YouTube, we also did the webinar this past Saturday on support and resistance. If you missed it, it is in our live and in our webinar playlist. Last week we did supply and demand. That was a good one.
That's really good. Pain zone's $10 wide, so this is still pretty volatile for the opening range.
I need like a clock. Like this clock is okay, but I need like a clock right here, so I know like how much time's left on the candles, and I could like monitor it. I don't know. I'm like that with the market. I want to know: do we have a minute left? Is this gonna print? Is this gonna close like this? Do we have more than a minute left, and we're just gonna wick all the way down? But let's see.
On TradingView, you can put a clock in that goes right under the price line on the right column. That counts down your candles.
That's cool. Trading views delayed.
You can also do it on Webull, and I think TOS has a way to do it too.
You know what? They have that for the range candles, I think.
No, it's legit. Just straight candles. Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm looking at them right now.
You know what? I could probably just ask like ChatGPT to create a script for me.
Yeah.
Code a TOS script that adds a clock to the screen. That adds how much time the current candle has till it closes. I'm gonna try that. You guys stick around. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I got countdown clocks all over the place. Took me a while to figure out how to set the current time of day, but in fact, it's still wrong. It's supposed to be New York. Oh, we gotta set it all of the...
NQ's looking weak here, guys. Again, I would not take any long positions here. I'd only look for a short setup because of the weak volume we have and how bullish we have been. I feel like the market does need a bit of a pullback. And NASDAQ, I have a key level, an area of interest that I'm looking to go long. So I do believe we're going to get a pullback. People are going to be shorting it, going crazy to short it, saying we're having the biggest sell-off. This is the market crashing. And then we're just going to bounce here and go higher like we've been doing. So that's what I'm waiting for sort of on NASDAQ. And again, if we don't start going higher here and that plan doesn't work out, then great, we go lower and we'll just play to the short side. There's nobody saying you have to play one direction, but create trade plans to be ready to play both directions.
And Intel's cooking.
Create a, what's it called?
think-
Think script. Think script study for.
Here's speculation, but I think Intel's going to come out with some AI news and go ballistic like Nvidia did. That would not surprise me one bit. There we go. Almost completing a 1-for-1 measured move. 32.35 will be a target for day traders here. Talking about Intel.
Nice, nice. All right, let's see if let's see if ChatGPT was able to make the scripts for me. It's typing it right now.
We have to spy 1 minute back to median on R1's range. So if we don't bounce here, we'll break over.
All right, let's
Follow
see.
through to the bottom of liquidity, probably around 429.75.
Jeremy, do you think you could post a chart to the what's it called? The pick to all social media thing, please?
Oh yeah, of course.
Thank you. Oh nope, ChatGPT messed it up. That was a close one. It messed it up.
Ah.
I'm gonna tell it didn't work. I'm gonna say that didn't work.
You know, I'll post my my target trade plan here.
Remember, guys, we got low volume. This is a market that you would either want to be in and out of or not in at all. Cash is a position. You don't want to be in a chop fest. Price is barcoding almost. You know, there's no significant trend. It's up and down. It's very choppy. If anything, it's just 10 o'clock now. Maybe we'll get some volume coming in soon, but be patient. We can't bring the volume. We could only react to it. Alright, let's see if this one worked now.
Alright, there we go.
Damn, alright. GPT failed me on this clock study. That's okay.
It's just a setting in your candle setting.
Somewhere. Yeah? An appearance? Nah.
It'd be under your candle menu somewhere.
The candle
Or it could be in your chart settings as well. I know if you right click anywhere on this chart, it'll pull up the chart settings menu. You should be able to do it that way.
Are you talking about TOS or TradingView?
Pretty much any program should work the same way with that, being able to bring that menu up.
Because you know what it is when I go to, where is it? Do I have a range? Oh, I don't even have it. Let's see. Tick, that's it. Tick is what I was looking for. The tick candles have that, here. They have right in the bottom right, they have a tick timer, but I think you could also, detailed. Yeah, no, I thought there was a timer with that too. There's not. Guys, tick is a pretty cool chart because it shows you, like, orders. Like, when the orders get filled, the tick candles are printed, so it's not really a time thing. It's more of a volume thing, so that's pretty cool. You know, if we have strong volume going in one direction, it's just going to print that direction. If we don't have that volume, it's not. So that's an interesting thing to use. I don't use it really, but it would be good for scalping, day trading. Jeremy, have you ever used these? Anybody in the Discord, YouTube, have you guys ever used the tick candles?
Occasionally I have. Back when I was first starting to learn how to scalp MES, I would use like 200 tick candles or on occasion like 100 tick candles depending on volatility.
Okay.
But in my opinion, they fluctuate too much with volatility to really get good price action structure.
Right.
So it was hard to gauge where to hang into a position and where to just up and cut loss or anything like that. So it can be done. You can find if you can relegate the volatility. So like if you can pick the right tick limit for the volatility that's in play, you can trade very well with the tick chart, or at least I can.
Right.
for my style of trading, time candles seem to work a lot better because time in sales is going to be able to give me that volatility shift in real
Right,
time. I don't have to adjust to it. It's automatic.
right, exactly. Very good. Cool beans. Thank you, sir. Alright, so Microsoft's starting to sell off. Where's Apple? I want to know what Apple's doing. Microsoft and Apple are the top two. Alright, they're getting weak. They're weak. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Yep.
Broke
NASDAQ lower, yep.
broke the mean. We're about to break R1 or
But be
S1
careful,
support.
guys. You don't want to chase this because
Yeah,
this could just wick right back up. Low volume, lots of manipulation. Easy to be manipulated if there's no low volume.
there
That's
was a
why.
bad
What was that?
there was a bad Bollinger Signal on that too, by the
Hmm.
way.
That's why I always wait for a retest because if it is a fake out, then I'm not going to be getting in on the breakout. I'm going to be waiting for it to close, retest that level, enter there, and then go lower. So I'm waiting for that pullback. I'm waiting for it to do its little liquidity grab the people chasing, do a bit of a reversal, grab the people who are then again chasing upwards, and then when it dumps and people start selling their longs and get back in shorts, I'm riding that second wave lower. I'm riding that extra liquidity, that extra push lower, because that's also most likely going to have lower lows than the previous low where we pulled back from. And I'd rather be in the short position that goes lower than the first move, because that's going to be a bigger move. NASDAQ, I would use NASDAQ for some type of leading indice for today. So NASDAQ's going lower. Again, this is a key level I would want it to break, hold, retest, and go short. If we get a big wick and can't hold it, that means buyers are still here and holding. So we'll be careful. We'll wait. Gotta be patient.
Yes, sir. Intel nailed my price target, by the way.
Nice. Alright, so we have a nice big rejection candle on the 15-minute on Meta. I also want to check out what the 30 looks like. The 30 was a nice, not a nice candle at all, really, unless we get a big sell-off this 30-minute candle and we create a zone. But this wick right here is almost $2 worth. That's a big wick, so Meta is something I would not touch. That's a big range. Would really need to break that range. If it does break that range with strength, volume, and volatility, then you could be in for a really big move because then we could go much lower. We could see we could see 260 if we break 265, retest 265 and go lower. I think 262 maybe is a value. Yeah, I'd say 262 is a good target on Meta if you guys are taking it short today, but that's only if we break below 265 with volume and volatility. If not, then I can maybe see a short position to the 15-minute demand zone, which is at 264. So that's also about $3 from where we are right now. So we'll see where that goes, how that goes. NVIDIA, a bit of a rounding bottom over here.
Yeah, I think likely to get more of a range day today anyway, just kind of based on tomorrow. We got a bunch of news coming out, so
Yeah,
probably the way to go.
yep, for sure. I think we got news all week, no?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, today's a busy week. SoFi, somebody just told me check out SoFi. Let's see. Okay, yeah, SoFi had a gap up, guys, pre-market. Based off of news, SoFi target $11 from $8. All right, so that's its price target change. Oftentimes that brings some volatility to a market and to a stock. All right, that's great. That's cool.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, Ricardo. What's going on, bro?
Nothing. How are you guys?
Chilling, man, chilling. Looking at some charts, waiting for some volume and volatility, but it does not look like it wants to show up today. VIX is guys, look at VIX. It's like moving 2 or 3 cents per candle. This is nothing. Gross.
What does this mean then, Kevin? When you get it? Sorry, I've just logged in as well, guys. There's no volume. It's just like ebbing along quietly. There's nothing happening really, is there?
No, so there's no volume, so there's not going to be much follow through. As much as the candles could show that it wants to follow through, we're getting a lot of wicks, which is just easy manipulation, which is just liquidity grabs, which is just the market knowing that there's retail out there that can't help themselves but want to take a trade in this. So each break we just get a big rejection right back into the area of interest. So until we get some type of volume to show significance on the volume down here, then we're not going. I personally don't believe we're going to get follow through. And for us to sell off strong, we're going to need strong volume. Same with VIX. If I want a strong move down, I want VIX to be making a strong move up. So again, we're in a tough spot. We're in a supply zone, a weekly supply zone on the NASDAQ. We are trying to break these lows, but keep failing to break these lows on ES. We have very low volume, and by looking at the volume, what I do is I zoom out a bit and I look at the previous day's volume on the 5 minute, right? We're looking at the 5. Look at it over here in comparison. Does not look like it's keeping up. Look at the previous day's open. Look at this one. This is so much. We had a big move right here, right? We had all this strong volume, whereas the moves we've been having today, the volume's been way less, and now it's even less than at open. So I mean, for us to think we're going to get some continuation here is going to be really tough without that volume, without some strength. Right here, right now, this candle looks great. This looks like perfect. Let's short it. NASDAQ's below this key level and looks like it wants to go lower too. Let's take it short. And this could work out, right? Or it could just go lower, wick lower for a moment, and wick right back up like it's been doing. This type of market structure is something we should want to stay out of and something we should be aware of. And although, yes, it was easy to say we're going to be going lower, the only way I was able to notice that and say that is because the obvious clues. The higher lows, we were failing each time we did try to create a higher high, and the lower lows, although we kept sweeping back up, we did keep coming lower and we did keep trying to go lower. Plus, NASDAQ also being in supply, these are just the clues that the market was giving me that we are probably most likely, if we get a move today, it's going to be lower, but we need that volume, we need that type of confirmation. But so,
SPY's kind of floating around the R1 level, or the S1 level, sorry. Might be setting up for a 1-for-1 to finish that move to 429.80.
what were you going to say, Victoria?
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, right? Just seeing as is it a quiet day? Can I ask questions today? Yeah.
Yeah, ask whatever you'd like. Always. Anybody, everybody.
VIX, right? VIX is a chart, and it basically it sort of represents the volatility, doesn't it?
Wait, one more time? I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Sorry. So VIX, right? Okay, basically represents volatility.
Correct.
So what is it then? Is it an actual stock or an ETF, or how is it measured?
An index.
It's an index, is it? And it is an index of the volatility specifically.
They call it fear index, but yeah, more or less it's just the expectation of volatility, not necessarily.
And it's
always.
It's used almost that. That's great. Thank you, Jeremy. Because I wasn't sure. I was gonna say, Jeremy, how would you explain it? Because what I was gonna say was I was gonna explain how I use it, and how I use it is should always be going inverse to the move we're getting on ES NASDAQ, and the reason for that is if we're going inverse and we're showing strength and we're printing strength on VIX, we're most likely going to be printing strength on ES NASDAQ as well. So it's almost like an indicator too. So like before over here, I was saying, look how short we are. We're breaking lows again, and we're probably going to wick right back up. And we did exactly that. So the people taking these breakout trades lower, saying, oh, NASDAQ's finally going lower. ES wanted another low. And what do? We look at this. We're getting a big move up. This might have been another liquidity sweep. We really got to see what the market wants to do. And in this low volume, the market's easily manipulated, and we don't want to be the ones getting manipulated in the market because that's how we lose our money. That's how we get anxious. That's how we start to revenge trade. We'll be like, oh, we'll short it here. And then once it starts going against you, you say, oh, wait, reverse, reverse. It's going higher. And then what happened? Now it's dumping again. And now it's dumping against the people who were chasing. We don't want to be the retail traders that are feeding the market, that are giving the market the orders that it's asking for, really. The market knows what we look for, and the market knows how to catch us off balance, so to speak. You know, how to make us be like, oh, wait, what am I doing? You know, I know how to do supply demand. I know how to read volume and this and that. But if I was in a short position and I chased this short right here and it started spiking back up as strong as it just did, I'm going to be chasing that. I'm going to hit the reverse button here. I'm going to think, oh, good, it's green for a second. And then it's just going to dump completely on me again. And then maybe, who knows, I hit the reverse again. It starts going my direction. And then we might again bounce. This is a heavily manipulated market due to low volume. And I can't emphasize enough how much you don't want to be trading in it. And like Jeremy made a great point, this type of market, you'd almost prefer to want to trade in equity. I mean, look at Microsoft. Microsoft sold off from 328.50 to 325.50. I mean, a $3 drop. That's definitely better than ES's $4 range at max. I mean, you're getting 2 points today if you're lucky on ES right now. And that's without volume coming in. We could be patient, and volume could come in at 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12 lunch volume. We get a power hour move a lot of times when there's low volume throughout the day, and it's just chopping. We'll get like a really quick impulsive power hour move. But without volume, without it closing at the right spots, without it giving us that confirmation, closing below, retesting, and going lower again, we don't have the proper confirmation to take the market in a direction and to hold it. This is, if you have to trade, like you must, scalp only in this type of market condition. Play the range, buy the low, sell the high, buy the breakouts knowing that they're fake outs, and sell the breakouts knowing they're fake outs up here. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough market, though. You really don't want to touch it. I wouldn't touch this.
Yeah, it would happen the first day I get real money in my account.
Oh no. Did you
No,
take?
that's fine. It's good because I'm gonna have to be patient with the real money.
Good.
Just going back to the VIX, right, guys? I'm looking at it now, and obviously you can't trade it, so it is just literally a measurement of volatility. Yeah, a
You can
measurement
trade.
of anticipated volatility. Yeah.
I believe you could trade options on the VIX.
But you can't
VIX.
buy and sell it though, can you?
It's a good. I thought you could. No.
Right. No.
No, I don't know. That's a good
I'm
question.
glad. I love that shirt.
Yeah, the inverse Kramer fund manager.
That's essentially what SGym is. SGym and LGym. I've been talking with Matthew Tuttle about. I kind of pitched the idea of a possible 30 TF idea. I'm like, well, why not just take advantage of both Jim's bullish and bearish calls, because he brings volatility to the market. And what does volatility do? It brings exorbitantly priced premium into the options chain is what it does. Implied volatility gets hiked up every time Jim opens his mouth about something. So take advantage of that. Have a Jim income ETF where you sell options against all of his picks, both bullish and bearish. You sell covered calls and cash covered puts against every one of his picks, regardless of his bias, and you will make money. It's pretty obvious. Cool. So he actually is thinking about it. He's been replying to me with that.
That's cool. So, like, you could sort of make, like, a channel, you know, you could try to make some type of triangle pattern, some type of channel pattern where you would be like, okay, well, maybe I'll buy low over here, sell high right over here, or wait for it to break below this trend line, retest it and go short, or wait, see if we do squeeze, see if we do stay in it, or if we break it. Once we break it at all, it's unreliable. This one's sort of ugly, so in my opinion, when I see a pattern and the trend lines are sort of ugly, they aren't. It's weird to call them pretty, but if they aren't pretty, then they're like probably not going to work out well. Because I find in most cases, a good trend line and a good pattern is going to look like a good trend line or a good pattern. It's not going to look like it's forced, you know? So let's see if we got anything over here.
You know what I think I would be
Like that maybe? Not a fan of these anymore.
when I break off. I want to do the Bollinger video too, but I also want to do the box video. Because that is just awesome for defining range zones at any time frame.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that the measured move one?
It's measured move, but it's also knowing where your liquidity zones are too.
That's awesome.
So
That's yeah, dude, that'd be great.
I just have to figure out what to call it where it'll get attention. Because like just calling it drawing a box, doesn't go anywhere.
What do you mean, same thing?
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had mentioned earlier, I heard the conversation between you and Kevin a little earlier this morning about the Bollinger badge, and Kevin requesting you putting something out there very elementary, I guess, or for beginners, you know?
It's a good idea,
You
right?
mentioned that you had something in BB already.
I do.
Okay.
Let me get a link
How do we find that?
I'll send a link right now.
Excellent.
Any pretty much. I think the search box on the site is working pretty good now, where you can go and type in any subject and it'll pull it up for you.
Guys, be careful.
Yeah, I was going to go out there and try to do a search, but I thought since you were here, I got lazy and just wanted to ask.
Definitely makes it easier to just have it right here in the chat. That's what we're here for. So let me get the link up real quick.
That's for
Over
sure.
there.
That's what we're here for, though, too. Make it easier for y'all. Yo, be careful with we're coming up to VWAP on the Nasdaq, and because of the low volume and everything that we're going through right now in this market, VWAP is usually a higher liquid area because, again, easily manipulated.
I do apologize in advance that some of the illustrations are weird in this particular article now because we've kind of gone through and edited everything, but we'll put the correct pictures back in later.
Nah, don't worry. Jeremy said he's gonna make a quick, easy beginner level entry level Bollinger Band video for us. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a regular, just hey guys, this is Bollinger Band. This is what it measures. This is how it measures. This is how you could trade it, and it's gonna be like an entry level, a beginner phase to his other Bollinger Band things like the fib waves and his J fans and stuff like that. I feel like there should always be a beginner, and then the what's the word I'm looking for? Expert level.
Well, there is some advanced stuff to go into with Bollinger Bands, but realistically, the way they work, it's designed to kind of make things elementary, believe it or not. Just the way it works.
Right.
It just gives you not necessarily the most accurate buy and sell signals, but it lets you know where to look. And it gives you a focus of, okay, well, what's the structure look like within this chain of candles? Where can I expect it to go next? And most importantly, when can I expect it to make that reversal or price action breakdown or threshold crossing, so to speak, to where I can get in a really nice entry.
Right.
So it's
Question: does the Wolf Waves give you that same kind of capability, or what's the comparison between the two? Besides the grafting. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
With Wolf Waves, you're looking at structure and you're looking at continuation back to the mean trend line. So essentially, when you set up a Wolf Wave trend line, you're establishing a common trend line, very similar to where I go and look for common trend lines when I set up a fan. Same concept, only this gives you all the deviations from that Wolf Wave. So you can trade every move up to that extended target on the common trend line. And that was kind of putting two and two together when I discovered, hey, there's a drawing tool for this, and it gives me all the built-in fib levels within that. For me, for the longest time, fib levels, like a common fib chart, just gives you horizontal lines for all your fib levels, so you can build out all your fib levels, and that for me wasn't efficient because you don't always have the ability to adapt that to the current time frame you're trading. And if you're trading a 5-second chart, it was just utterly useless. So you go and you establish a way to have the exponential fibs as they develop in time, as those trend lines diverge from each other. That's where you can discover that fib levels are actually useful, because it's all expanding in relative time from a 0 point or from a common trend line. So what it gives you is the ability to establish with a single wolf wave type trend line, or even just any common trend line, you can divulge where your expected targets would be within structure of that fan. So it just kind of gives you an ability to see where all your price targets are in real time on any time frame. Now, if you add Bollinger Bands to that, it'll give you an idea of where you can verify good entry and exit points for that structure within the fan. So it's kind of neat to be able to add that, because it helps. Like I always describe Bollinger Bands as being like a set of training wheels to price action trading. It's essentially it. It gives you that moment when you're starting to tip over one way on the bike, so to speak. That wheel touches and it kind of bounces you back over to the center, and then eventually you find yourself leaning on the other wheel. So, yeah, as a kid, when you're first learning how to ride the bike, you're kind of relating that to how you trade price action. You're first learning to trade price action. You got to figure out which wheel you're bouncing off of here. And that's the great thing about Bollinger Bands. It gives you about the track center of where your wheels are going, and then you got the training wheels on either side of that. So it's like they're on either side of price action. Where's the bouncing point? Where's the tipping point? Where's my signal to go lean the other way? There's a lot in that statement.
I was gonna say, good stuff, my guy. That's awesome. We're full of
Yeah, I was
knowledge,
gonna ask it.
guys.
Yeah, that's all on tape, right?
Yeah.
Recorded, right? I
No.
go back to the video, right?
No, wait, I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry. Let me hit record. Jeremy,
No,
say all that
don't
one
do
more
that, 'cause
time. So-
Yeah, don't do that.
No, it's on YouTube.
no,
it's all-
Jeremy, I missed it. One more time.
Yeah, one more. Right.
I've forgotten half what I talked about already. No, it's all there.
we have fun, guys. We have fun and we trade well.
There is a whole
Appreciate it.
lot to expand from just in that blurb I spit
statement.
out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot in there. So
Wow.
it starts at some point though, and you've got to be able to recognize these price structures in real time, and you've got to be able to make quick decisions. Even when you're swing trading, you kind of got to you'd rather know where your most efficient swing trade is going to be. Although you can catch on to a general trend line when swing trading, that's kind of what you do. You can make your entries and exits a whole bunch more accurately if you have a good understanding of price action trading. And that's another great thing that Bollinger Bands will do. If you apply them to like a 15-minute and 30-minute chart, you can find that you can establish exact points of where an efficient buy or efficient sell entry would be.
No, that wasn't the screenshot I wanted.
I'm waiting to see if this finishes the one-for-one back down to the support level, and it's creeping that way.
There we go.
This price is going to be very uneventful till about 11, unfortunately. Not that there's any news coming up at 11, it's just kind of when the trends established.
You know what? I was just looking at the time and I was just about to check the news. I was like, what 11? What's going on at 11? Is Jeremy announcing news at 11?
Nothing happened. 11:30, we've got like the 3-year note auction. That might make things move a tiny bit.
Then I have to move my meeting.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, that's news that you're coming up with for us. Is that through the your news feed that you mentioned, I think, a while back? It's specific feed that you have.
Yeah, it's the economic insight part of that. Go and I'll give you a screenshot of it real quick. It just kind of shows me what's coming up in the time frame.
Give me a minute, guys. I'm just throwing up a demand chart of ES right now. I'd call it supply and demand, but I don't see any supply zones over here.
There's that screenshot. News coming up. There you go.
3.
Appreciate it.
No problem. But yeah, it's like from my mechanical background, I'm so used to seeing many, many small parts moving all at once in a big machine. It kind of comes natural for me to be able to spot that in real time. That's why I love trading such a short-term chart, because I can see all the little pieces moving. And I always go and look back or step back and take in the view of the entire machine, so I can see what's the rest of the parts doing. Are they telling me that this little part's about to do this or that? So I'm always being able to pay attention to relevant time frames for what I'm trading by adding a couple time frames to it. So like if I'm trading the 5-second charts, I'll be looking at the 1 and 5 to kind of verify what my larger structure looks like. And like when you're looking at, trading the fan lines on a 5-second chart, you're really looking at variations of price structure within that structure. It's like every 1-minute candle has like, a number of 5-second bars in it that will tell you
Right.
what you can expect. So you've got 25-second bars in there.
Yeah, I get that, and I mean, you just got to train your eye, I guess, and do this over and over to really start and to be able to react to it.
Right.
Because yeah, I'm just not used to looking at it like that. But I do get the concept, you know what I'm saying? Because you know the breakdown from a 5 second, then you go to like a 1 minute. You know, it's going to take five. You're looking at the 5 minute candle. You know, it's going to take 5 of those 1 minutes to make up that candle. You know, that structure.
Right.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about 5 seconds, looking at that 5 second and going into the 1 minute, yeah, that obviously there's more. You're going to see more bars on that 5 second chart than you are for that 1 minute chart. But as I said, I get the concept. It's just seeing it and being able to utilize it properly.
Right. I mean, analysis is going to be the controlling factor of your execution. Your execution is going to be the hardest part. So,
Yeah.
knowing exactly how to react to it, when to react to it, why to react to it, and what to do with your reaction. That's all a big block of stuff to answer for yes and no, to build a trade plan from. And it can become simple because you can train your brain to sort of autopilot all the important stuff, just crunch it real quick. And I started writing a chapter in my book on this on swag, scientific wild ass guess, because your lizard brain is really good at it.
Wow.
Like, you can drive home and not remember driving home. You know all the little turns and stuff in the road. You know all the little spots where you got to pay attention, and all the spots where you can just kind of get there.
Rally base rally. Sorry. NQ.
Yeah.
Is that the name of your book, Jeremy?
It's getting there. I'm getting a few chapters down. So
Is that what you're going to call it? Scientific wild ass guess?
yeah, absolutely. I will put that right in the book.
Nice.
Like,
Swag, baby. And it's great because, I mean, if you're training your brain, you're learning this stuff, you're crunching it, it eventually makes sense to you. And after a while, you can literally do it without thinking. You don't waste too much time thinking, you just do. And it's like you've been teaching your brain how to do everything since you were, conscious. Like most people are conscious right around 5-6 years old typically, when they're first starting to learn how to tie their shoes. And now you could tie your shoes for many, many years, I would hope, without even thinking about it. Just sort of do it. That's the kind of thing you're doing. You're literally just training your brain to be able to do these rudimentary tasks in such high speed without even having to waste time thinking about it. Because the more time you waste thinking, the more chances are you're gonna miss the move.
Real quick, guys. So Nasdaq, this is a great example of what could have been a rally-based rally, but will most likely fail because of the low volume and easy manipulation. But if this was a high volume candle, obviously this was a high volume candle in comparison to these previous ones, but if there was high volume in general, what we would see is a low wick at the top, and we would have a rejection candle just like this one with a low wick on a long wick on the bottom and a red basing. This would be our rally candle, a basing candle, and we would have a rally for continuation, usually a measured move of this first candle. So that would be our target, and your stop would be at this previous low, which it did not stop us out of. So we could potentially be in a long position here if we believed in this base rally, which we don't because of the low volume. But we are at the bottom of this area of interest on ES. There is a low volume, easy manipulated. Again, I'm not taking any trades today, but this would have been a great example of a rally, a base, and a rally if we continued green and closed green on this 5-minute candle right here. Because we didn't, and because of the low volume, this is not a trade I would take. There's no trade I would take today because of this low volume. The low volatility on VIX is another big telltale that we should not be trading this market. Here we go. See that? Let's
Finally.
see. Oh,
Give me my 1-for-1.
no, we're gonna fake out again.
I think it could.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, actually.
Right, that's why, guys, I can't emphasize enough also just being patient. You see a breakdown or a breakout and you're patient for it to close and retest this level, you're going to be in more winning trades than losing trades because you're being patient. Versus if you take this breakout, because it broke these wicks right here, what happened last time when we broke this wick? We rejected. Now we're breaking this wick over here and it looks like we're rejecting again. So it's really a tough market to read. It's an easily manipulated market due to the low volume and low volatility. It's a tough market to trade, and of course I use Nasdaq when trading ES along with VIX. VIX is trying to push higher, failing. VIX is still in this range too. This is a market you want to stay out of. There's very little winners in this type of market. Unless, of course, you're buying every fake out to this downside. Scalping like 2 points.
There's your bar.
Let's
Give me
see.
my 1-for-1.
Let's see. Another thing to look out for, guys, is bid and ask to see how heavy bid and ask is. So let's take a look. Let's see about. You always want, if ask is heavier, sellers are present. If bid is heavier, buyers are present.
Show.
For show.
For show. Alright.
Let's see, and you can watch levels. You see this is a heavy level, 435025, 435025. So let's see how that level holds up because of how heavy. 215 orders sitting there. Let's see. Let's see if they're fake. Let's see if they pull those orders when we get there. Or if that is a heavy wall that we're going to be holding.
Trying to think if my house is going to be quiet enough to make those videos today.
5025 50. And this is actually, if it does come down to this level and it holds it, that would be a great example of using the level 2 to find a strong level of interest. But again, all these orders coming down over here, they're getting heavy. Oh, here we go. 435150 now is another strong area. 435150. Let's see. Oh, that's right above where we looked below. So let's see if that holds up. I got puts on SPY. Wizard Gray Balls says in the YouTube. Wait. I like the name. Be careful with those puts, Wizard, because every time we break out to the downside lately, we keep coming back up. This is a tough market to short or to go long because we have low volume, low volatility. If I was short, I would sort of look for a scalp Like I was telling the guys before, I guess you just joined, I would look for us to close below and then retest the level. So like close over here, then retest it, then go lower. But because of the low volume, we might just be wicking and barcoding all day.
I'm with you there, Wizard. I've got put debit spreads on SPY myself.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning more towards the bear side and expecting a bearish move today. I just need that volume to show up. I just need that continuation. I need the market to confirm it for me.
Well, I've got that target down here at 429.75 that's just begging to be hit. So
Nice. Holding this trend line right here. Let's see.
Uh-oh. Getting a Wu-Tang set up on target.
NASDAQ holding its VWAP over here.
That's going to continue to rip down.
Yeah, let's check out equities, see what equities are doing. Meta's been trying to push higher. Nvidia does want higher. Oh, Tesla came down to its 4-hour supply that we broke and is now holding it as demand. Let's see if we do hold it. Oh, wow. Right off of it to a penny, guys. That's nice. Quick rejection right off of it. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if we create now a higher low, which will show us we're going to go bullish on Tesla, which could also help us to hold bullish in the market if Apple, Microsoft, these things hold up as well.
I'm long Tesla, baby.
You're long Tesla and short SPY?
For the moment.
Nice. Well, one of them's going to win.
Tesla got kicked out of the S&P.
I thought that was just one of its ETFs or something. I didn't think that was actually Tesla.
Yeah, they're in. What is it? They're in a down out now.
No, I thought they were still in the S&P. Let's see. Tesla in the S&P. My Tesla was kicked out. The ESG of S&P's ESG index. That's where they were kicked out of.
Okay.
So not entirely, right? Not entirely the S&P.
So they're a part of it. But,
Yeah.
I don't see really anything that tells me it's a SPY holding though.
If you look up SPY top 10 holdings, it's not in the top 10. Top 10.
Oh yeah, there it is. 1.75%.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like a crazy percent
So
like
it's-
Apple and Microsoft's like 5 and 7 or something, but
Yeah.
still,
Size went down, but yeah.
yeah, still, I mean, almost 2%. That's pretty crazy for one stock.
I mean, I can still be I can still split my bias though.
No, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, I'm heavy short in Target.
So let's see. Here's what we
Target's just
got.
doing its thing.
We
Chart
got
don't lie.
Apple at, oh, it doesn't want to give me what percent they are. Is that really how it's gonna be? Oh, wait, oh yeah, 7.4. Apple 7.4%, Microsoft 6.7, Amazon 3%, Nvidia 2.6%. I mean, that's pretty crazy. You get those 3 or 4 of these stocks trending in the same direction, along with the ES, and you got that confirmation right there alone. United Health, okay. Meta number 9, got you.
Pop it up right in Robinhood here. Let me see.
What about NASDAQ? Top 10 holdings
There you go.
on NASDAQ. I want to get, yeah, the same website. That's crazy. Microsoft nearly 13% for NASDAQ. That's insane. That's
Yeah.
like, that blows my mind a bit. That's like really crazy.
that's pretty
Apple 12%. Again, also like what, like those two alone make up 25% of the NASDAQ. Two stocks are 25% of the QQQ. That's insane. Amazon 6.7, Nvidia 6.6. I mean, these are just that's crazy.
I'll throw that on real quick.
Even Google too, because Google A and B, right? Isn't it A and B or B and C or something?
Something like that, yeah.
But I mean 3.9 and 3.9, so combined they're almost 4%. I'm sorry, 8% because together that's crazy. That's really interesting. That's why also guys, it's cool to use where is it? The weighted indice where it's combined or whatever. Oh, nope.
Tesla's 4% at QQQ.
That's
It's like
crazy.
more than double what it is in SPY. That's why Q and SPY are divergent from each other now. A lot of the mix of percentages of what companies make them up.
So this is pretty cool, guys. So we see we're choppy, right? We're choppy on this weighted indice, so we would know, all right, don't touch ES, don't touch NQ. Whereas on days where we trend, we get more clear moves, and you could use this to help trade on ES, NQ, things like that, because this is just these stocks. This is just Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and Google. It's just the top 5. And you know what? I'll
The
show
lull
you
in
that.
the market here, and I'll go for a condor, so I'm neutral.
On YouTube, don't forget hit that like button. It's much appreciated. We do this every morning, so definitely feel free to join us whenever you guys are around. So there's that. Oh, you know what? I could share it. Guys, I would share it in the main chat, but because of the little stars, it like messes up how it comes out, and you wouldn't be able to paste it correctly. So if anybody is interested in this right here, just shoot me a DM and I'll send it to you. I'm gonna copy it real quick, send it to somebody.
Go.
Jeremy, I'm actually send it to you, just so I have it saved in Discord.
Sure.
All right.
I also
Oh, look at this.
recommend you can actually build your own Discord server
Yeah, I got one of those.
instantly. I just keep all my notes in there.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I got I got 1 or 2 of those.
Alright, so I'm going to take a neutral position because of tomorrow's expected stuff.
All right. Let's see, guys. All right, I'm probably wrap it up in about 15 minutes, y'all. Again, low volume today. Tough market. Nasdaq leading, trying to make some highs. Right now, it just broke this lower high right here, trying to make a higher high. Let's see if this rejects. Just like the lower lows were rejecting on ES, let's see if higher highs reject on Nasdaq. But remember, if trend is our friend, recently we've been doing nothing but going higher. And now look at this, we're getting some bigger moves and breaking the range on the VIX. So this could be a good setup to maybe a potential long position. People who were shorting these breakouts, fueling the move higher. Maybe we break VWAP, people stop out, and that fuels a move higher. Maybe we see 43.63, right? So we'll be careful. Let's see.
This is range all the way till news.
Yeah.
But I'm using this little bit of range to, I just,
Scalp it, man. If you could scalp a range like this, go for it.
I can scalp it too, but it's more efficiently played for me
Spreads.
to take the index on a neutral position, so I can run a condor. So I'll run a set of debit spreads and on either side of price. So put debit spreads and call debit spreads. Whichever one blows away the other tomorrow, I'll trade.
Got you. There you go.
Do its thing.
All right, coming up to VWAP. Nasdaq trying to make some pre-market highs. What?
That's another article I got to write called "Trading from Neutral."
All right, Nasdaq making some highs. New year-to-date highs, no? No. Yeah?
Here goes Tesla. Rip, baby, rip. I'm in position. You won't leave me behind.
Guys, Jeremy's crazy good when it comes to the spreads and the options and stuff like that. Insane. Craziness.
Some of those percentages just they make me like humble myself. I mean, percentage-wise, because I'm taking such minimal risk in these positions.
Oh, was that?
It's incredible how exponential your minimum risk can be multiplied in return
Yep.
with the power of options trading.
Yep, absolutely. Alright, guys, I think this was a fake out to the highs. Now remember, low volume, low volatility, low chances of follow through. Volume moves the market. If there's no volume, what's moving the market? Manipulation. Don't get manipulated, guys. We're stronger than that.
Algos trading with each other.
Yep.
All right then.
Yep, so think about it this way, guys. Everybody who was maybe short NASDAQ or was short over here, they had their stops at NASDAQ highs. And now what happened? We just swept it by, what, a point? By a point. We broke it by a point, and then we started to reverse again. ES, let's see if ES could get higher. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We gotta see. Gotta let the market close. At this point, you gotta let the market close. If you didn't get long when we were failing lows, you don't want to get long when we're chasing highs, especially due to the low volume and volatility. Again, low volume, low volatility, low chances of follow through. We don't want to be chasing if we already had a small move. There's a better chance of this move reversing because of the low volume than it is for it to continue, especially if we just did something like fake out highs or fake out lows. As we saw, every time we tried faking out these lows, we got a quick impulse move higher. So if we were scalping today, we would have been able to see by this third wick, instead of going short here, I'm going to grab a long and keep a really close stop, but get ready for an impulse move, right? So enter around here, 43.53, have a 2-point stop, and maybe have a 2 or 4-point target, 3-point target, make it a 1-for-1, and just scalp the day, based off of the context clues of sellers trying to bring us lower, buyers coming in and saying no way, and then you would have been able to target VWAP every time we faked the lows. And then even if you shorted near VWAP, gave you the impulse move to try to break lows. So you just got to be patient in the market. If you were forcing trades at this point and you were short here and it came down, you were green for a bit, then it came back up, and then you were chopped out and it was just chopping lower, it would have been a disappointing day. Whereas if you zoomed out and were patient and waited for the clues, you would see every time we came lower, we wicked up. Every time we came lower, we wicked up. So you wouldn't be so quick to hold shorts or puts. And you also wouldn't be quick to hold longs or calls because it's really just a low volume and low range market. If you want to trade the range, trade the range. But that's about all you can get from this market. Gotta be realistic. Can't expect a 20-point move in this 4-point range. And you also can't be reversing trades. That's what also hurts, especially futures traders. That hurts because we'll stop out of a trade, instead of stopping out, we'll hit the reverse button, and then we'll stop out again, hit the reverse button, and these ranges will just chop us up. But what I'm seeing is a smaller chop, a smaller range. I think we do pop eventually. I don't know though.
Yeah, that reverse button can be dangerous.
Right?
And there's times to use it and times to not use it, for
Yep.
sure.
Absolutely.
Very picky with those times.
Absolutely.
Not gonna lie, I've done it, done very well with it, but I know when not to use it.
Yep.
I learned that the hard way.
The only way to learn it is the hard way, unfortunately.
It is. Absolutely honest.
I'm still learning the hard way.
Hey man, it happens. You know what? Listen, if you have to pretend it doesn't exist, if you're still learning the hard way, maybe the best way of using it is to not use it at all. And give yourself set rules. If you're in a trade and it loses, you can't enter another trade if you're trading the 5-minute for 10 minutes, right? So give it 2 5-minute candles to close, and then you could enter another trade. And if there's no trade to enter in when the 10 minutes is up, then you just got to be patient anyways and wait for it to come to an area to enter. But yeah, bro, that reverse button, It's tough. It's tough. It'll make as soon as you start clicking it, especially if it's like because it's hitting a stop or something, that's when it'll really mess you up. If it's hitting it because it's hitting a stop, you really got to think, are other people stopping here? Would we reverse here? Or would I go, if I was short and I'm hitting the reverse button, would I go long here? That's what I always ask myself, and vice versa. Like, if I'm stopping out of this position, would I want to enter the opposite position right now? And because we're hitting the reverse button, a lot of times the answer is yes. But then you got to ask yourself, well, where's my stop? Where's my target? And once you start seeing that that's worse, like a 1-to-1 or not even, it's like, all right, never mind.
Sorry, Intel is just running.
Dude, do your thing. Let's pull up Intel. What INTC, right?
Yeah, hit my extension 3290 just now.
Oh, look at that. Damn, son. Oh, beautiful rally-based rallies on Intel, guys, on the 5-minute. So we had rallies. We had a base. This is a perfect basing right here. Small body, longish wick. Rally, another base. A rally, another base. Rally. Wow, that's some nice market structure, bro.
Rinse, repeat.
Yes, sir. Do you have like a watch list or anything, Jeremy, where you check stocks throughout the morning or anything?
Kind of yes, kind of no. So I'll check the ones that I currently have positions in, which is currently Target, Intel, and Spy, and what else I got? Oh, of course, Tesla.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you want to like start calling those out in like the watch list category or something like, hey, it looks like this one has higher volume today. Keep an eye for an extended move on this, because that'd be cool.
I did put the that Target trade in
I
the
saw
watch list
that. I
on
did see
Friday
that.
there,
That was cool.
and for some reason it screenshot the wrong. Well, I guess in the screenshot that you have to click on the image to get it to open up. There's two images there instead of one,
Right,
so you can kind of see what I had in mind for price action.
right.
Um, that's one, and then when it comes to Tesla, it's already in unknown territory as far as like I can't really tell you if it's gonna complete the full move to 290 to 300 or not. It's looking like the probability's high, but it's a picky trade. The best part of that trade is already done with.
Right.
So I couldn't justify. I'm very picky with what I put in a watch list, so I couldn't justify putting that on everyone else's radar.
Yeah.
I've already cleaned house on it twice, so
Right.
I'll look for stuff that I go through like Jim Cramer's top 10 list every day, just to f with them for one, but. On Fridays, I do a video that I put on to our Bullishbrs YouTube channel as well as Money Net's Twitch channel, and I kind of do a rundown of top 10 things that Jim Cramer's talking about on Friday, just to give a recap of the market, and just kind of I can build a watch list from that and do very well because I can pick off only the good things I can see out of there, like one or two stocks out of 10 or 20. And last week he had like what 23 stocks in there or something like that. I was only able to pick out two, and one was Target, and the other one was what was it? I think it was Microsoft, maybe. I can't remember.
You guys keep
Somewhere in that list, I found something.
nice.
But I took a position on Target, rolled that through to our alerts because that was the best out of all of them. And if I'm being that picky and just screening what I'm seeing as far as other analysts are looking at, I can be very picky and just select the one that has the highest quality, highest probability setup, and stick with that because that's going to be my go-to. That's where I'm going to put my position anyway.
Yep. Careful with VIX here, guys. We had a big drop breaking range, a basing, and now it looks like we're getting a follow-through drop. But this is not correlating with ES or NASDAQ, so be careful. So again, low volume equals high chance of manipulation. Don't want to be in that. time is it? It's about 11. Alright, guys, with that being said, YouTube, I appreciate you guys for joining today. I hope you guys tune in tomorrow. Don't forget to hit that like button and check out our recent webinar from Saturday. We went over support and resistance, and the Saturday before that, we went over supply and demand. Some great webinars, some great pieces of information, and of course, all free to you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, have a great day, happy Monday, and happy trading.